This is just a question I've been thinking about recently. Has the WWE been going in circles? I mean, this is sort of the thing that happens. WrestleMania kicks in, and after that, it becomes a face centered company, and then it leans on being a heel centered company. You deal with Cena and The Rock, all these big icons. You deal with Triple H or Shawn Michaels or any other of these old used up characters and how they're trying to deal with the streak, and everything's so nihilistic and overproduced at the same time. It's kind of weird. And because it's going in circles, it just makes me wonder, how do you break the cycle? Because that's what you gotta do, right? This isn't early WrestleMania. This isn't Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, and all these other guys who every year there would be something that would lead up to the previous WrestleMania, or you understand what I'm trying to say, right? There's this thing that kept the cycle going. And it was a good cycle in some ways, but it's not working now. It's not working at all. Because right now, I still don't know why Cena and The Rock are still feuding. I still don't understand the psychology. Is Cena jealous of The Rock, or does he just find The Rock to be a douchebag? And if that's the case, then what's the point, since everybody else John Cena deals with is a douchebag? Is it because this douchebag that's actually getting to him? Because he's actually winning? And Cena's not? Forgot to turn on a light. It helps a little. But I'm just trying to find reason in all of this, because there isn't any reason. Muse tried to construct a reason, and it was very interesting, his idea of why The Rock had a problem with Cena and Cena had a problem with The Rock and all this other shit. But even now, if this continues from this point, it wouldn't make sense anymore. It wouldn't be sufficient enough. So the psychology of why these two icons are going up against each other, that's all gone now. So there has to be another reason for all of this. Is it to ascend in accolades? Is it because they are actually liking each other now, and now they just want to fight because they find each other to be interesting rivals and that kind of friendship? What's the situation? It makes no fucking sense. And it's weird that I'm speaking about WrestleMania stuff right now, because basically it's the middle of the summer. However, you gotta just think about this all for a second. This is kind of pointless. And by pointless, I mean, this is all repeating in a circle, and something in the middle of the summer throws us off and gets us reinvested. And that hasn't happened yet. Do you think the cycle is going to break for the better or for the worse? Is it going to break and fall into some sort of Dante's Inferno of doom, and everything's just going to be layered on top of each other, a new layer of hell for our displeasure when we watch and tune into Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, a pay-per-view every single time? I mean, I'm not going to watch this forever. I've basically started watching wrestling in this PG era, so it began with me in the very worst. I've saw a little of Ruthless Aggression, saw a little Attitude Era, but it hasn't comprised my childhood. It hasn't been that level of enjoyment where I was that invested into watching television for wrestling. And now I'm actually into it, but it's in a really bad spot. So what's gonna happen? What's gonna break the cycle? Is the cycle gonna break for the better? That has to be the situation. This Triple H versus Shawn Michaels thing. Triple H, he stops for a while after his little WrestleMania moments where he tries and tragically fails. And then he gets into a nice little feud in the summer with someone who we're really invested into. And that's Lesnar. While he's doing all of this, he's throwing shitty promos. He kicks in. And then after that, he's basically just there and nobody likes him. And then he has to fuck off and come back for the next WrestleMania where he tries and tries again to end the streak. Don't get me wrong, I like his matches. He really delivers. I mean, he knows when to deliver. He knows when he's not wanted. It's not like Orton or Cena where if Cena, it's just that any accolade he can ascend, he still has nothing to do, like I said before in the Breakfast Club video. But I'm not going to get invested into this all the time. And I'm pretty sure that Undertaker's going to retire. I don't read WWE magazine or shit like this, so I'm not 100% sure. Undertaker's going to retire or something of that nature. And then after that, what's going to happen? Because basically Undertaker's awesome. And that's a fact. Asking why Undertaker's so awesome is like asking why Trayvon is so dead. He just is. It's a fact. Now this isn't a video where there's a definite answer. It's basically a video that's trying to narrate dread. And that's the dread of boredom. Because I wasn't this bored in 2011. I wasn't this bored in 2010. Is it finally kicking in that I'm watching something that's stale? Even then, I'll still do reviews. Because this shit's very interesting to analyze. It's very interesting to analyze. It's not something to indulge in, though. And that's the painful part. Having to watch something and analyze it without being able to indulge in it. You gotta do both for me. For me, at least. Now, someone who's really good in this subject from the IWC or YWC is the Lexman, because the Lexman really knows how to narrate the dread that's going on now. And that's the dread of boredom, which I consider that there's no pain worse than the pain of boredom. But, like I said, stop saying you're bored. And that's not what I am. I'm not bored. I'm just not invested. And when I get invested, that's when the cycle breaks for the better. That's all I gotta say. If you can break this cycle, WWE, then I'll be impressed. But you gotta stop doing this yearly thing where, like, Muse said it the best. This WrestleMania felt like WrestleMania 27 Part 2. And that's not a very nice thing to say, but it's the truth. And I like to say something even bigger than that. I like to say that WrestleMania 26 was just WrestleMania 25 Part 2. And I'll try and justify that in another video. But basically, you guys gotta stop. You guys gotta pick up the pace, try and do something that'll throw us off guard. I'm not trying to be surprised right now, because I know I can't be surprised. I'm trying to get invested. So peace out, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not the kind of guy that likes to say like my Facebook, follow my Twitter, because I don't have a Twitter, and my Facebook is for my own personal use. Fuck you guys.